Hello, welcome to Chargebee. In this video we are going to learn how to integrate your Taxjar account with Chargebee and automate sales tax compliance for your invoices. Managing tax compliance for your business, while handling many invoices every month could be very challenging. A simple mistake could cost you a lot of time, efforts, and money. Taxjar helps reduce this Herculean effort with its optimized tax calculation engine called Smart Calcs. You can integrate your Taxjar account with Chargebee to automate sales tax compliance for all invoices in Chargebee. Sync invoices and credit notes to Taxjar to generate reports and auto-file your tax returns. Here are the prerequisites that you need to ensure before integrating the two applications. You need to set up your Taxjar account properly before you integrate the two applications. Make sure that you fill the organization address in your Chargebee account, the country, state, and postal code fields. Let's look at how you can connect the two applications. Setting up the integration involves these 5 steps. Connecting your Taxjar account with Chargebee. Validating addresses for existing customers in your Chargebee site. Adding Taxjar product codes to your plans and add-ons. Adding Taxjar exemption categories to customers to apply exemption. Enabling Taxjar as your mode of tax calculation. Let's get started. Log into your Chargebee site, and click Settings. Third-party integrations. Tax management. Taxjar. Click Get Started if you have an existing Taxjar account, or, you can also click Sign Up right here to quickly create your Taxjar account. Enter the Full Access API token. You can retrieve the token from your Taxjar account. You can use the Taxjar Sandbox API token to connect Taxjar to your Chargebee test site and test the integration. While connecting Taxjar to your Chargebee Live site, remember to use Taxjar Live Account API token. Click Connect. Under Organization Address, you can confirm your organization address. Chargebee populates the organization address that is specified in your settings. You can update the address if needed. Under Nexus Address, you can enable this setting to allow Chargebee to calculate taxes, based on the Nexus addresses configured in Taxjar. By enabling this setting, the list of Nexus addresses in Taxjar gets automatically updated in Chargebee. Chargebee will only make API calls to Taxjar when the customer belongs to a state where you have Nexus, thereby reducing your Taxjar payable. Click Proceed. Next comes the shipping address validation. If you are a Taxjar Plus user, you can access these settings. You can choose to turn on Taxjar's address validation support to validate your customers' shipping addresses. This ensures that your customers give a valid address while signing up for your product. You can allow your customers to sign up with partially valid addresses. Chargebee marks their shipping addresses as partially valid. Click Proceed. Under Configure Sync Rules, you can choose how you want to sync invoices and credit notes to Taxjar. You can choose to sync only paid invoices and adjusted or refunded credit notes. You can sync all invoices and credit notes, or you can choose to not sync any invoices or credit notes. After selecting your preferred setting, click Proceed. All customers who sign up after you enable this integration will provide a valid address. For customers who have already signed up, that is your existing customers in Chargebee, you can validate their addresses right here. Under Validate Existing Addresses, choose the taxable regions you want to validate and click Run Check. You can look for any possible address errors, fix them right here and proceed. We recommend that you do this before enabling the integration. Next, let's look at how you can add Taxjar product codes to your plans and add-ons. Taxjar uses a product code to determine the tax rate for each product, and whether it is taxable, non-taxable, or partially taxable. Click Product Catalog. Plans. Go to the respective plan to edit. Enable this plan as Subject to Taxes checkbox, and when you have configured Taxjar in your Chargebee site, you will see this Taxjar product code field. Go ahead and add the corresponding tax code. You may want to exempt tax for certain customers for valid reasons. Click to select the customer record, and enable this customer as exempted from tax payment. You can specify the exemption reason using Taxjar exemption category. Lastly, navigate to Settings. Configure Chargebee Taxes. Go to the respective taxable regions, United States for example, and select Taxjar as preferred mode of tax calculation. This is important because unless you do this, Taxjar will not be used for automatic tax calculation in Chargebee. Let's now look at the integration in action. Each time a new customer subscribes to your product or service and fills an incomplete address, see how the system prompts them to enter a valid address. Once they enter, pay, and subscribe, let us look at what happens in Chargebee. A subscription is created for the customer, and if you open the invoice that's generated, the tax is automatically applied based on the plan and the customer's address. There you go. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, you can write to support@chargebee.com, or check out the Need Help section in your Chargebee site.